So that, I guess, is the entire toll house searched. So I am definitely going to go take a rest. I'm all out of short rest for the day, so let's go sell our stuff, bathe in our pool of gold like Scrooge McDuck, and then go for a rest. Oh, actually, there's the brewer's stash. Let's go get that first. That was for the the poison. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I forgot to actually read the plaque on this wall. Go back down.
Seized inventory.
Ah, yes, that is something I want. Alright. Come out here, guys, and then we'll find our various clever ways of getting through that door. Right, can you jump that high? Bloody hell, Lae'zel, you absolute monster. You and the bear. Lae'zel and the bear, chilling out in the locked room.
Yes?
It does not as weird as it sounds. Can you please jump back and down? Lae'zel and the bear. Any chance you can lockpick it? Very low. No. Worth a try. In that case, can you throw it over there? That looks weird. Okay.
All's well that ends.
Everybody shifty out the way,
Could have.
because something heavy is about to fall from the sky. Throw. What do you mean the path is interrupted? You could definitely fit that through. Bloody hell, or you could just pick up the entire thing and just walk away like a beast. That also works. Selûnite prayer book. Dearest Selûna, our fair maiden, weave our hearts with threads of silver. Oh, I think I've read this one. Crystal ball. I assume not the magic item kind of crystal ball. But that is interesting. Scroll of color spray and great axe +1. Hello. And now drop the item. I fit this in my pocket. Can someone open it, please? Nice one.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Alright, what's in this locked up chest? Fire heart. Whenever you take fire damage dealt by another creature, gain heat. Worthless to me. Apparently it was left here somewhere.
Cursed.
In this dirt mound, maybe? It's vanished off the map. So presumably this is it. Record of shipment, corpse, rose. Read the letter. T, sending you the requested ingredients as per your letter, including the purple worm glands. I'm eager to see the result of your experiments. Please send me some samples when it's completed. I have a flu client who is very interested in the toxic fruits of your labor. Yep, so that pretty much confirms that Thosibaldiman was not a good guy. So extract. And 2 recipes unlocked. One of them is Serpent Fang Toxin, and the other is presumably Thizabald's Brewed Up Belly Glummer, which I will craft. I don't know what the purpose of it is. Coat your active weapon in poison. They must succeed on a DC 17 or take 1/6 at the end of each of their turns. A truly despicable poison. Truly despicable 1/6 poison damage. Come on. Like, I think that poisons have always been a very underutilized thing in D&D, to the point where I did a whole video on a complete overhaul I wrote for poisons, and it's available linked in the description and at the end of this video, where I just explain how poisons could be used well, and I did a whole series of subclasses, one for each class, using poisons and making them viable. So if you're interested in poisons, check that out. But this seems worthless. I'll give it to Astarion just in case, but seems worthless. Sell
Take
off
care now.
the stuff I've got. And back home. Hey, are you gonna speak to me?
Leave.
Guess not. I really hope that blinding flash of light goes away on a long rest. I'm going to be very displeased if that sticks around.
These lands may not be under the thrall of Lady Shah for much longer.
Oh yeah.
No matter. She wishes for Ketheric Thorn to be punished.
Does she?
Her darkness was a blessing offered before he betrayed her. She can redirect her powers elsewhere once he is cast down.
Has that been stated at all? I don't think it has. I think she's just deciding that. I mean, he did betray her, I think. Probably. It's really unclear. Karlak, any particular reason you are camping in a giant pool of water?
Hey.
Right, fingers crossed this fixes the flash of light bug. Oh, of course, he's also an elf. I was wondering why he was in the trance pose. Halsin.
Open this cage, you munting asshole!
Alright, let's find out. Yay! The bug is fixed. And Scratch wants to speak to me, which means I get to use my really cool new ability,
Amicus animus.
Amicus Animus. Very original. Hey, Scratch.
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
What have you got there, Scratch?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
That is a weird voice. I'm sorry what happened to your master.
Master? Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Aw. Pet him. He's a good boy and he deserves petting. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Pristine mesh toe sandals. Okay. What am I wearing now? Breezy sandals? How do they compare? It's hard to see my feet. Breezy mesh toe sandals. No, I don't think so. Oh, right, so he's currently got the AC thing, which I think is much better for him, so I'll send those to camp. Add shield bash, extra level 1 spell slot. Yeah, that's just much better. Alright, worth a try. But let's take the warped headband of intellect off her and give her this instead. And hide it. I guess the psionic circlet is probably just a good all-rounder for him. How's it look on him? Oh, not terrible. Don't think it really suits him, but I'll see it. I am. Eve is still in her casual attire. I didn't realise that clicking that actually changed her appearance. Outside of the menu, that is. Right, so I am going north. It's probably much easier. I'll just go bloody from Last Light instead.
Last Light Inn.
Oh.
We rallied here once, years ago, before the assault on Moonrise Towers. The Archdruid at the time spoke to us all, inspiring our courage. He was a fine leader.
Yes. Actually, before we go into the town, I have just remembered a suggestion I received. Gale, my boy. First of all, level up. Level 9 wizard. Gains 2 spells. 4th and 5th level. Planar Binding and Cloud Kill. And honestly, I can't remember which of these are, like, added by mods and which ones aren't. Because there are, like, level 5s here and then there are level 5s here. And then there's also a level 5 at the bottom, so I don't know. But I'm going to go with these two because they sound really fun. I also have a lot of gold, so I'm going to learn some more spells. So there we go. All of those spells are now learned. And what about these ones? Oh, I did have a Cloud Kill scroll. Oh well. I guess I'll sell that. Wall of Stone. Hold Monster. And Cone of Cold. Hello, future Geran. Quick thing, because I spend the next, 5 minutes making a bit of a fool of myself. I received a comment saying that I should cast Longstrider on everyone at the beginning because it's a ritual. I thought it was Expeditious Retreat, so I spent a while trying to get that to work and then talk about why it didn't work, so I'm just going to cut that all out and say, I forgot it was Longstrider, I don't believe I have that one. But thank you for the suggestion anyway. I'll probably get it next time I get a chance to. Hello, he who was... Finally found my way back here. Took me a bloody age to navigate this twisted mess of a landscape.
Do not look at me like that.
I'm sorry. Hello.
The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger.
I do. Tell me why you want it. He did tell me. Tell me why you want it.
To punish a murderer. If that is not enough, leave. I have no time for those lacking commitment.
Here, take it.
We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial. And you will be the judge.
Oh.
Make her beg. Make her suffer.
I love his eye tattoos. I'm here to make sure she sees justice. Let's see what she has to say. I'm going to punish her thoroughly. I think I'll just kill you. Let's see what she has to say first.
Careful. For a serpent in life is a serpent in death.
I have my theories about this.
Witness.
You said I was going to be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Why don't you tell me what happened? You didn't mean to kill your friends. How laughable. It's alright, I'm not here to judge you. Yeah, so my theories with this, because in her ledger she does report her, her townsfolk and her friends even to the Dark Justiciars. But she does it in a way that's like, look, they said this, but they're actually really nice guys, so don't be too harsh on them. And I had the two theories of either she is a true devotee who massively overestimated the impact her say had, or B, or two, whichever one, she knew that they were being watched anyway, so she had to report them, and was just doing her best to try and minimize the damage caused by what she had to do to save her own life. So they're the two sort of ways I can see this going. The first one, obviously, I mean, to be honest, they're both bad. She very much chose her own life over all of those around her, if the second one is true, and the first one, she just didn't care much for those around her. So why don't you tell me what happened?
I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justiciar promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised!
What did the Dark Justiciar actually do? If it was drunk complaining, why did you report them? Don't blame others. If it was drunk complaining, why did you report them?
The Dark Justiciar said to report everything, big or small. She ain't the type you say no to. She gave him a dagger each and told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3. To start stabbing and not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
Okay, well, you've not defended yourself at all here. The implication is that it was sort of option 3. She's neither a devotee nor was being observed. She just did it anyway. She's like, oh, you don't say no to her. Yeah, but you could say yes and then just not report it, because logically, if they're relying on you for the report, they don't know what you don't report. And if you report other stuff, the fact that you didn't report that night or that those people doing that thing, would go under the radar completely. So it was entirely your fault that they died because you stupidly reported them. Yeah, pretty much to save your own life. Anything, hurt yourself, has been a mark, did stab yourself, pathetic, you murdered your friends, you're a coward, there's nothing you need do, this wasn't your fault, I promise. Pathetic. You murdered your friends, you're a coward. I don't know why this is a charisma check. 28. Very charismatic, Eve.
You're right. I'm a killer. A monster. I should have died instead.
Glorious. Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done.
Don't phrase it like that. This was just some perverted fancy of yours, wasn't it? She was punished. That was fun. I don't think she's gonna call him out on this is some perverted fantasy. I mean, it did seem to enjoy that a bit too much. She was punished. That's all that matters.
If you are satisfied, then so am I. You have done well. Her pain and anguish were sublime.
Oh.
I will treasure it. Here, for your services. Should I find another murderer in need of torment, I shall call upon you. Farewell.
I'd say bye, but you'll be dead soon.
Oh. Was that the crow? No rest for the wicked. You returned the ledger to he who was and punished the killer for her crimes. He was pleased. I mean, even if that was, alright, devil's advocate, even if that was just basically him getting off on feeling her pain, she is still a murderer. Or, I mean, she isn't a murderer, but she did cause it. You know, it's a debatable definition of murderer. But the point is, she's still a bad person. So, like, if the only person who suffers is the bad person, then what's the harm in giving him a little pleasure from it? You know? Even if it does feel a bit icky that he seemed to really get off on it. Anyway. Raven gloves. Summon Quoth the Raven. Because of course there is a raven called Quoth. Why would the raven not be called Quoth? Dark and suitably moody, these gloves are perfect for wearing while thinking about poetry. It's a level 3 conjuration. It's got to be pretty damn powerful for it to be a level 3 spell. Alright, well, I'll give them to Gale. I kind of want to try it. But I'm not wasting one of my 2 ones.
Whatever shall it be?
I suppose you have level 3 spells. I was going to swap so Halsin got the gloves, but I realised I'm probably going into Moonrise now. Because I need to sneak in for whatever it is that would get broken if I went to the Shadowfell. So I don't want Halsin to have them because he's not going to be with me for a little while. But there was an inspiration I got. What was it? No rest for the wicked. Assist he who was in his task. Okay. Only got one of those because what's the name? Shadowheart wasn't. Shadowheart's with me. Shadowheart isn't with me. Oh well.
On my way.
I can loot Madeline now anyway. Bit of gold. So who am I taking into Moonrise Towers? Well, Shadowheart's got to be there, obviously. And Karlach or Lae'zel? I feel like it's going to be really unpleasant in there, which makes me want Karlach to be there. But I did just go through a massive section with Karlach and Shadowheart.
Hey.
Hey! Yeah, Twist of Fortune isn't better. It's about the same, but it does less damage because it doesn't have the Radiant, and the Radiant is also good for her build, so I won't be using the golden thing that bloody Grease's Goldtooth would wield. Level 9 Cleric. Level 5 spells. And you get Cloud Kill and negative energy flow from, presumably from her subclass. So there's Dispel Evil and Good, Flame Strike, Greater Restoration, Insect Plague of Mass, Cure Wounds, Planar Binding, Holy Weapon, and Contagion. And you get more spell slots. Cool. Level 9 Barbarian. She gets a Brutal Critical. When you land a critical hit, roll an extra damage die as well as the normal additional critical. So this is the thing that basically means Barbarians should use like the heaviest weapons they can, because they roll an additional damage die. If you're wielding like a D12 weapon, like a Great Axe, then you roll an additional D12. If you're rolling a D6 weapon, you roll a D6. So you massively increase your damage output on a critical if you wield a high damage weapon like a greatsword. And I'm going to stick with the Bear Heart because it just works. That was easy. Alright. Moonrise Towers. It's very hard to get a good look at it because of the bloody grass in the way. So there's something big up there. So I could just walk across, but that feels really, really, really silly. Especially when I know there is a side entrance down here. So I think... Oh, I don't know. Let me just have a look, see if I'm missing anything in the journal. I can't seem to find anything in the quest log that I'm missing that's obvious, but it sort of made me realise that Will is probably one of the people who should most logically be here. Because his father is in there, and, like, Karlach doesn't really have any connection to what's going on. I mean, neither does Asterion here, but he's too vital to the thing. But I'm not bringing Will. I'm sorry. He and I have two similar skill sets that he is irrelevant, and also I don't particularly like him, at least in this run. So I won't be bringing him. But let's go down this side passage, which was this way. Although perhaps I should be leaving it there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with more Baldur's Gate 3 soon, and next time I head into Moonrise Towers. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you later.